I just kind of want to introduce the new initiative by SAFMA. It's known as the It's Okay Initiative. You guys probably know that veterinary medicine has some of the highest rates of mental illness, and we tend to not talk about it a lot. We internalize it, and that's not good for anybody. So with It's Okay, SAFMA is trying to encourage students and professionals to go out and talk about their issues and to know that it's okay to ask for help. So today I kind of want to focus on failure, some of my personal failures, and why they're okay, and how I've learned from it and grown from it. So I think you guys can probably all relate. In high school, I was one of those students who always did really well. Didn't really have to try very hard. Always got A's in my classes, graduated with a 4.0, was very involved. And as soon as I started undergraduate, I started to struggle. It was something I wasn't really familiar with before. I started getting C's instead of A's. I didn't really know what was going on. I wasn't happy socially. So that led me to actually transfer from my first undergraduate institution to another. And when I got to that place, they had a pre-vet program, so I thought, okay, maybe this is more up my alley. Maybe this is going to help me a little bit more to adjust. But I still felt very isolated, and I had a lot of anxiety about exams, tests, everything, even public speaking. Right now, I'm very anxious. So that didn't really help me class-wise. I internalized it. I didn't reach out for help. I didn't talk to anyone. And it actually led to me failing most of my semester. And I got put on academic probation after my first semester of sophomore year. Sorry, guys. It was very hard for me. It's still very hard for me. Because as veterinary professionals, we tend to feel like we can't fail. We always have pressure on us to get those good grades, to do really well, and to make sure that we keep our GPAs high so that we can get to vet school. So hearing that I was on academic probation was very, very discouraging. But I said, let me just try again. Let me go back. I'll repeat the courses. I'll do whatever I have to do. So I went back in the spring semester to the same school. Still struggled. Reached out for help. People would just tell me, oh, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Wouldn't really talk to me about it. We never had good conversations about it. And I struggled that whole semester. I ended up actually failing out of the school at the end of that semester. So I ended up going home. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life because veterinary medicine was all I ever wanted to do. And now I'd been kicked out of school, and I didn't know where to go, who to turn to. And I knew that I had a lot of anxiety. I was suffering with depression. But people weren't really telling me to do anything about it. They were just saying, it'll be okay, you'll get over it. Just, you'll be fine. So I actually ended up going through therapy, talking to a licensed therapist about it. And I think that's one of the best things that I've ever done. It really helped me kind of identify why I was struggling and that I had depression and kind of how to manage my anxiety. And so after that, I decided once I was done with therapy, I felt like I was in a better place. So I wanted to go back and try school again. So I went back in the spring semester because I had taken the fall off and ended up doing really well because I was now more equipped to handle what had happened. But then I came upon the veterinary application process. So I started doing VidCast. And again, I ran into the issue of everyone telling me, well, you don't really have good enough grades. Well, you should maybe think about doing something else. And that's hard to hear when that's your goal, when that's your dream, and that's all you've ever imagined doing. So it sort of took a lot within myself to realize that you can put those failures in a positive light. You don't always have to look at them as failures. The way I framed it was, yes, I struggled, but I learned from those struggles, and I'm a better student because of it. I'm a better person because of it. I'm more equipped to handle the anxieties that I have, the stress of vet school, everything that goes on with vet school. So I just think it's important to note that if you go through something like that, reach out to people. And if they tell you, oh, just get over it, don't take that as an answer, and don't think, oh, there's something wrong with me. Just keep reaching out to people. You'll find someone who will say, hey, I've gone through something similar, and then talk to them about it. So I just kind of wanted to, it's kind of a little pep talk, not really formal, but I know everybody works sort of at that halfway point of this semester and everybody's kind of getting burnt out. So just know that maybe if you haven't been doing as well as you had hoped, that you can still turn it around. Just make sure that you're reaching out to people, and it's okay if you fail. Just make sure that you keep reaching out to people, talking to people, and improving as much as you can. Thanks, guys.